Good afternoon, everybody. This is Austin Becker again. I'm coming to you live from my house here in Alexandria, Minnesota. Just kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit about some things that are going to be positive about this pandemic. I think it's been difficult, I think, for people to see what's truly positive out of this whole, epicenter of things that are going on, and just the different things that have been happening with people out of work. The government having to send out different, stimulus checks and such. So I'm going to go over actually 4 different things today that I think are huge positives out of this pandemic, and then moving forward into what we associate with a so-called normal life. So the first thing that I want to talk about a little bit is just time. So the acronym that you could say for this whole presentation is going to be TRCT, and those are just the 4 letters that I'm going to go with for the different aspects of this, the different pros. And so the first one, time. I would say the first thing out of that would just be time with your kids and with your family. I don't know about a lot of you, but I think that I've heard, from people that people are definitely struggling with, spending quality time with their kids, their family, reconnecting with some of them. And I think that this is a good time, and moving forward, just, being a part of that and really holding on to that, because, again, as I can talk, as I'm going to touch on here in a little bit, as well, it's a great time to also teach your kids. Teach your kids different skills about things, whether it's working on a car, washing a car, cleaning the dishes, cooking something, which is another thing. This is a great time to get out your cookbooks and actually spend some quality time in the kitchen and actually learn some things. One of my favorite experiences that I had back in high school was actually being in a culinary arts class and really learning those skills. It's a skill that I can take with me for a long time, and so I hope that you guys do some of the same. Again, also, time to work on projects. My dad actually just talked to me this morning about working on like some wood projects and different things, and that's another big aspect of being in this time of confinement, that you can work on projects, whether that is something outside, inside. We got some beautiful weather here today, which is awesome. So you can definitely get outside and enjoy that. And also, it's a great time to just read and learn. I've tried to in the past couple of years read as many books as I can, especially the ones that are interesting to me. Such as the different business books, personal development books, motivational books, anything that's going to set me up for a better future in life. That's kind of what I've been reading. And then the last thing would just be taking time to step back and review. I think a lot of us are so caught up in the everyday grind and just getting through everything. And I think that it's super important for people to take that time to step back, review, and just kind of say, okay, this is where I want to move from here. The next letter, risk. And so I think, I was going to actually put fear for this one, but I think risk is a better word. Anytime we choose to do anything out there, whether it's, go to the grocery store, wash the dishes, go for a drive, you're always taking a risk. And that's not just with the coronavirus, that's with anything. That's with, you could get a virus at any time, whether it's the corona or not. Again, this is a much more serious situation that should be taken that way. But, anytime you go anywhere, there's always a risk. You could be hit by a car, you could, die today. It's like there's always that mindset of it's like if today was my last day, what would I do? And so that's kind of something that I've really thought about too, and that makes, because of the virus, I think it keeps us aware in that. I think people are a lot more aware that it's like, holy smokes, it's like, I could get this virus, I could be dying, there's just a lot more chance. We're very susceptible to something like this, where we're not really prepared. So just really live each day like it's your last, and start really honing in on those goals and deciding what they want to be, and just start doing them, going for them. Never let the fear of doing something keep you from doing it. And I think that's super important, that, it's like, even though, yes, you want to be cautious out in public and, doing different things, different activities during this time, I think it's very important to still go chase those dreams and, go out there, still exercise, still, like I said, cook with the kids, take time to, learn things, feed your mind every day. I'm just like Tony Robbins says, he's one of my best mentors that I've really listened to for the past few years and stuff, and just really focusing on those kind of things. The next thing, community. I was involved in many community we'll just say projects when I was younger, whether it was moving people through like an organization in town called Love Inc. Or doing like the mobile food drop through United Way, just different projects like that. And I think it's so important to give back and be a part of that and really feel connected. And I think during this time, the volunteer aspect, the people reaching out, the creativity level of people that are trying to find ways to do things for people, whether it's for that local drive-by birthday party that they had here just a few days ago and stuff. Well, that was on the news and different things. People are being so connected, and it creates the sense of community, not just in Alexandria, but across the nation and the world. It really goes to show that it's like, even though yes, people have differences, external, internal, whatever, we are all the same. We're all connected, and that's another thing that I cover in a video kind of down the road. But honestly, people, animals, everything and stuff, we're all part of this integral system that if you look way back in time and stuff, we are all connected, and that's super important during this time to make sure that we all have each other's backs and we are all fighting this together. This is definitely, like I said, a global pandemic, and we're treating it that way. Also, another suggestion, people keep telling me that it's like, I've been at home, I've been watching Netflix all day, or I've been watching Hulu and movies and different things, and I'm just like, if you're bored, and again, still, do like your exercise and cooking, whatever and stuff, but please, please, please connect with people. Whether it's a phone call, text, Snapchat for people like, that are my age, whatever. Just make sure your friends are doing okay, and also just, keep that support system going and stuff. And it's so important in a time like this to just, reach out and really be, how do I want to say it? Very personal with people. You really want to be just in the present moment and just connect with them. Keep the relationship going. The last letter is thanks. And this is something I don't say enough to people. I think everybody should. I think this is a good wake-up call through this whole thing to say thank you to people. Not just your doctors, nurses, teachers, school faculty, essential workers, which again, huge thank you to them. I know that a lot of celebrities have been coming out and saying that too. With their big music stuff, and people in the community. I've heard it more during this time, because they're under a lot of stress. Whether you are a teacher or a doctor or whatever, you're under the gun all the time. And so I think it's very important, but it's a time to remember that it's like people should always be thanked, and we need to thank people all the time. For example, my mom does a lot for me, so does my dad, and it's like so it's like huge thank you to them for all that they do, raising me the way that they did, teaching me things, which again this is a great opportunity to do that through the virus and stuff, spending more time and creating those quality interactions with your kids and with your students too, for if you're a teacher, whatever. And also, if you can't be grateful for, let's just say, if you weren't thankful to thank somebody, which I don't know why, but just in general, you should be grateful every single day. Thank God, the universe, whatever you believe in. I believe that there definitely is a God. But just thank you for another day. Thank you for the beautiful weather. You got up this morning. You have a car that runs. You're still healthy. Different things you can be thankful for. And I just want to say that it's like through this coronavirus thing, that there's again a lot of positives. People are making this out to be such a negative thing, and they want to get back to their regular lives. But I think moving forward, we need to implement some of this stuff, whether it is being more connected with your kids, more connected with family, more connected with friends, and just embracing the community feel and embracing the connectedness that we all have, and just, again, being thankful, taking time really seriously, and just, trying to get as many things as you can done in your life while you can, and living it like it is your last, day on earth. And so I think those things are very important as we come out of this coronavirus. And honestly, everybody keeps saying that they want it super normal. I don't. I want us to be changed forever, and I really think that we will be. I think people are going to be starting to implement some of the stuff that I talked about, and even some of these positive impacts through the rest of the time. So thanks again for listening. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Again, just get outside, enjoy the weather, and hoping to do a video like this again in the future. So thank you. Have a great rest of the day.